Hello and welcome back to FilmPro Productivity and Success, the podcast that helps film professionals and other creative people to live a more focused, effective and happy life. My name is Carter Ferguson and this is episode 137, Limiting Mind Viruses. You can't escape from a prison until you recognise that you're in one. People who have chosen to live within the limits of their old beliefs continue to have the same experiences. It takes effort and commitment to break old patterns. Bob Proctor, unquote. Well, welcome back, my friends, for the first episode of Season 11, and a lot has been happening with me, and I've barely had time for my feet to touch the floor since the last episode aired. I've just finished a contract with the BBC where I was engaged as fight director on the latest season of Mrs. Brown's Boys, and all I can say about that one is that the people that make it are overflowing with talent and run such a pleasant working environment that it was a genuine pleasure to be involved in it. What a lot of talent they have there. And prior to that, I directed fights on a feature film starring Gianni Capaldi and, wait for it, Samuel L. Jackson. Yes, you heard me right. I had 10 days of fights on it, 5 days of which I was working with Sam. And unfortunately, I can't say very much about it. It's just the nature of these things. But working with Sam was really pretty darn fantastic. Now, this episode is going out about a month after I had intended on releasing Season 11, and the reason for that is partly these big jobs that have come along, partly a little bit of food poisoning that I got a week ago, which was not particularly fun, and partly because I'm still working on the bloody short film that I started in January. I cannot believe I'm still working on it. It's had various small problems, and we're trying to resolve them. We're trying to get that out. I had expected to be off this film at least a month ago. I can't believe we're still working on it. But basically, myself and the DOP, Neil McMillan, are having to work some things out that didn't quite go as we'd thought they were going to go. But it's mostly locked. We just need to drive it home now. But anyway, I found a space, a gap to get this show recorded. So this is a fairly standard show, but my intention is for the next 5 shows, the first kind of half of Season 11, to be slightly smaller minisodes. Let's just see how that happens. I set out with the best intentions to write a minisode and then end up writing a full-length one, but I'm really going to try and pull it back. But getting this one out is an important step because it will gain me a little bit of sea room and it should help me to drive forward to get a few more recorded. So you should be getting 6 over the next few weeks, and then I'll have a little bit of a break and I'll do another 6 of them. We'll see how it goes. So without further ado then, let's get on with it. There is one grand lie, that we are limited. The only limits we have are the limits we believe. Wayne Dyer, unquote. And a limiting mind virus, as I've called this episode, a limiting mind virus is simply a limiting belief. It's a state of mind or belief about yourself that restricts you in some way. And these beliefs are often false accusations you make about yourself that can cause a number of negative results. And here's a few examples of limiting beliefs in yourself. I'm not good enough, which could be, I'm not good enough to manage this project, to make this film, or submit my work. If you're a writer, that can be a thing. Another one might be that I'm too old or too young. I'm too young to be a manager. I'm too old to keep up with the youngsters. Or I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to be creative or earn an additional income through my creative work. Or I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart enough to lead this meeting. I'll look foolish if I speak up, as I'm always wrong. Or I don't have enough experience. I don't have enough experience for this big career move that I'm planning. If I try this, I'll look foolish to those that do it more often than I do. Or I'll never be successful. I'll never be successful in my industry. I'll never be successful because life is unfair. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to enjoy my life. I don't have enough money to do things as well as I'd like to do them. I'll never be one of the best, might be another. I'll never be one of the best on the team. Or I'm not talented enough. I'm not talented enough to get the job or to keep the job. I won't even bother applying. I'll never be a great leader. I'll never be a great leader because of my lack of confidence. These are all limiting beliefs. Other limiting beliefs might be things like, I can't be successful because the world is against me. I've felt like that quite a few times, I've got to be honest. And I can't be successful because no one likes me. I can't be successful because the odds are stacked against me. I can't be successful because of the colour of my skin. I can't be successful because I'm ugly. I can't be successful because I'm too tall, was one that I heard. I can't be successful because I can't easily learn new skills. I can't be successful because of the patriarchy, or even simpler ones that you might have picked up from just the way you were brought up. Things like money is a bad thing. True love doesn't exist. Fulfilling careers don't exist. Other people will think I'm difficult, awkward, stupid, or annoying if I do this or that thing. And I'll add to this ever expanding potential list of limiting beliefs that some of these limiting beliefs can feel empowering. And this is a massive and all-encompassing power with victim mentality, which I've already done a show on. Believing that the world owes you something, that you're better than others, or that others just don't get you, are often just excuses to avoid growth and stay within your comfort zone. Tony Robbins talks about limiting beliefs. He says, if you raise your standards but don't really believe you can meet them, you've already sabotaged yourself. You won't even try. You'll be lacking the sense of certainty that allows you to tap the deepest capacity that's within you. Our beliefs are like unquestioned commands telling us how things are, what's possible and impossible, and what we can and cannot do. They shape every action, every thought, and every feeling that we experience. And as a result, changing our belief systems is central to making any real and lasting changes in our lives, unquote. And by the way, Tony's got a page dedicated to this on his website, which I found during the research. Of course, I will link to this in the show notes, but it's something like tonyrobbins.com/limiting beliefs guide. It's that simple. Anyway, here's the thing about mind viruses. They're a form of self-sabotage. Again, something I've already done a show on. But when you recognize them, you can counter them. You don't need to be a slave to them. So here's the question. Do you think you've got a limiting belief? Or do you think you've got more than one limiting belief? Are you not sure? Well, ask yourself this question. What is the disconnect between what I deserve and what I believe I deserve? I'll repeat that one. What is the disconnect between what I deserve and what I believe I deserve? The point is, if you can identify what is holding you back within yourself, then you can go about exchanging that negative mind virus for a more empowering self-belief. Changing limited beliefs like these is one of the hardest things that we can do in life, though. But when you do, you will be rewarded with unimaginable possibilities. My advice to counter this sort of thing, and it won't be a surprise to regular listeners, is to write this stuff down. Don't just listen to this show while you're walking the dog or driving along and half think about it. Remember, if you write stuff down, you're 42% more likely to get it done. And a little side benefit of writing stuff down is that if you write them down, if you write your thoughts down, that process can also help you to alleviate any stresses that are associated with the belief that you're thinking about. And once you've written it down, then it's much easier to assess its accuracy, because you might write something down thinking that's a problem and it actually might not be. It could actually turn out to be a strength. And this is all part of critical thinking. So what I want you to do then is analyze whether your beliefs are coming from a place of accuracy or falsehood. Getting to the bottom of your limiting beliefs can help you to see them for what they really are. So next time a negative belief presents itself, take a moment to pause and analyze the thought. Evaluate whether it's self-limiting and if there is any concrete evidence that you've got to back up that belief. Ask yourself if the thought is coming from fear of the unknown or from a past experience, for example, because once you've confirmed that you have found a self-limiting mind virus, then and only then will you be able to exchange that belief for a new paradigm. And this is called reframing. And let me just look back over the list I gave earlier and see if I can give an example of exchanging a bad mind virus for a good one. So money is bad was one of the examples. There's nothing wrong with earning money, would be the exchange of that. Because I know some people think earning money is a bad thing and they keep themselves back. I had a conversation with an actress recently about this. She was frightened to bring up the fact that it cost her money to get to where we were working. And I was like, you just need to talk about it. But she had this fear of talking about money. So money is bad could become money is just part of life. Talking about money is no bad thing. There's nothing wrong with earning a decent wage. These are simple things you could exchange it for. I used, one of my paradigms was this too shall pass. When I had the fear of entering new situations, I have talked about this several times in the past on the show. And one of the reasons I do the show is I had my own nervous breakdown in 2012, and in order for me to kind of get the courage to go back out and do things, I just started doing that kind of stoic thing of saying, I've got a difficult situation to go through here, but it'll only take an hour and then it'll be past. So that allowed me to get back into society, back into going to parties and stuff, basically going and speaking to people. But anyway, I don't want to get caught down in this. Once you've identified what your limiting mind virus is, your self-limiting belief is, then you need to exchange it, reframe it as something else. So let's all break free from the shackles of our own limiting beliefs, folks, for within each one of us lies this extraordinary capacity to achieve greatness. I believe that. I believe in you, even if you don't. So I want you to embrace your true potential and unleash the power that resides within you, for the only limitations that truly exist are the ones that we impose upon ourselves. Now, just to sum up, the latest research suggests that we've got about 6,200 thoughts per day. Some of us have a few more, some of us have a few less. My dog has about 3 thoughts. Sleep, walk, eat. That's pretty much what Angus does. A little bit of love in there as well, though, because he's a lovely creature. But anyway, we've got 6,200 thoughts per day, and if even 1/4 of those are negative, we're feeding our minds with a lot of pessimism. But with that said, if we can learn how to stop that negative self-talk, exchange it, reframe it, and feed our minds with empowering thoughts instead, we can all achieve great things. Next week's show will hopefully be a true minisode, that is 10 minutes and under, and it'll be on an important productivity topic, which I've not yet decided. So tune in to find out more about that one. Let me end today, though, with some words from Louise Hay, who said, "If you accept a limiting belief, then it will become a truth for you." Now take control of your own destiny, keep on shooting, and join me next week on FilmPro Productivity and Success. The music that you can hear right now is Adventures by Ehimitsu, and you can view the show notes for this episode only on the official website, the full show notes at filmproproductivity.com, and you can follow my personal accounts on Twitter and Instagram at fight_director, or follow the show itself on Twitter at filmproprodpod, or on Facebook at filmproproductivity. Please continue to support the show, my friends, by subscribing, spreading the word, and leaving an awesome review.